Hello and welcome to Now in Zen. Today we have Tolgahan Çoğulu, and he's here to discuss several very exciting topics, which I believe are the Microtonal Institute, the International Guitar Competition, and the recent adventures involving King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard and their music. Hello, Tolgahan. It's so great to have you on the
Hi,
show.
Steve. So nice to see you in my favorite podcast. Uh,
Ah,
for the third time, I remember we made one about the automatic microtonal guitar.
yes.
And before the first one about my plans to go to moon with the microtonal guitar. So,
Yes! I remember.
crazy times. But it was canceled.
Right, the going to the moon, yeah.
SpaceX rocket, this Japanese billionaire would take the artists to the moon, but it's cancelled. And now I'm so happy that I'm not going because I don't like the approach of Elon Musk anymore.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's great either.
Yeah, his support for Trump doesn't suit with me.
Yeah, it's really too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that shouldn't discourage us from fun moon adventures, though.
Oh, sure, sure. I hope one day we will go together.
Yes, that's fun. You just have so many projects on the table. I just wonder how you do it all. I see that King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, they have one of your microtonal adjustable guitars now. So I don't know if there are any plans for them to make that kind of music or what kind of conversations you had, but I'd love to know the story of how they came to acquire one of these
Yeah,
wonderful guitars of yours.
we sent one to Stu. So we decided with my microtonal guitars company. We have been selling complete necks for the Stratocaster and Telecaster types, and the fretboards, like for a little bit more than 2 years, and now it's going well. So once we solve this bending problem, because the electric guitarist wants to bend, so that's for sure. It's the nature of the guitar. Okay, some of the electric guitarists could manage without bending, but mostly, and if you play on stage, you don't want to make the string fall between the strings. It's risky.
Right.
So once we figured this out with my business partner Hakan, we decided to send a neck to Stu, and he found a body, and now he had a complete guitar. It's awesome because now he doesn't have to limit himself to any tunings, because fixed fretted microtonal guitars are amazing, but they limit you, like 12 fret guitars, like
You're right.
they limit you to specific keys, to specific microtonal pitches, microtonal scales. But now, okay, our bending guitars still limits you because the 12 fret straight frets are still fixed. But in between, you can move or insert whatever you want. So this allows you, of course, this gives you more freedom than the fixed fretted guitars. And if you want unlimited possibilities, of course, you can have our fully adjustable individual frets. So you can play in any tunings you want in the world.
Yeah. Some kinds of limitations can be swapped for other ones. I have also felt myself limited by equal temperament. Fixed frets, I have a lot of questions, of course, about the mechanics of the guitar, being very interested in playing in these sorts of temperament systems. What exactly is the problem with electric guitar bending that you had to solve? Is it that when you bend, it could go far enough that it falls off of a microtonal fret, or
Of
like...
course, of course. With the all individual movable frets, it falls off after a while, after some millimeters. We solved this problem already, but so because we have wider frets, so for covering two strings, three strings, so this is still possible. So, for example, you can create bending regions on your fretboard. If you want big vibratos, big bendings, whole tone bend, this is still possible. So we have all the types: individual, two strings, three strings, four strings, but then all the way the strings. I finished the scorebook of the Flying Microtonal Banana. I think it's been 2 years, but finally it's published this year.
Yay!
Because of the band's schedule. So now we have 9 tracks, and it took my 6 months because it is not just transcription. At the same time, it's arrangements. So it is the bass lines, it is the melodic lines and the vocal lines, but also when you combine them, the positions are suites for the solo arrangements. So all 9 pieces could be played on a solo guitar with bass and melodic lines, and also with some creativity, it could be arranged more advancedly. In my Microtonal Guitar Method, I also included the King Gizzard suite in 3 movements in drop D tuning. So I thought, like the classical guitar recitals across the globe, like any guitarist now could stick some tapes on their standard guitar and play, for example, for the final piece, a King Gizzard suite. The first movement, Sleep Drifter, second movement, Billabong Valley, and third movement is Nuclear Fusion. So this could be played with drop D tuning and by taping maybe 10 frets.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like too much of a change at all. It reminds me of some of the work I've been doing for arranging for Lumatone, and it's very exciting what you're doing. I guess their style also works really well for that, right? Because if bass lines and melodies are like the really important parts, then that leaves you a lot of room to fill things in a classical guitar arrangement.
Yes, and in classical guitar arrangements, in my video, 10 levels of arranging a Turkish folk music, I try to show most of the possibilities, like the harmonics, tremolo technique, arpeggio chords, chromatic bass, tapping techniques, advanced tapping techniques. So in a way, the guitar has boundaries after a while, like all the instruments. Of
Yes.
course, percussive styles now enrich the guitar crazily. Like I'm following the new generation of guitarists, Marcin.
Oh, he's ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, Ichika from Japan. And this Polyphia.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, so this is a new generation of virtuosity. So I'm not. I'm trying to follow up. I'm trying to catch up with the new generation. So yeah, but in total, the possibilities are limited, and yeah, you can build up on the bass and the melodic line. You can insert idiomatic features of the guitar, and you can play.
Right. Would you say a lot of their songs use chord progressions, or is it mostly based on melodies?
Yeah, very melodic, not chord progressions. Melodic, and some basic bass lines following the microtonal scale. So very melodic band. Like I love melodic bands.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes. Well, it's so great to see the work you're doing. I wish I had bought the book, but I saw that it sold out immediately. I don't know if there are going to be more of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I always thought like they would reprint continuously, but now I don't know what happens. Like it sold out in a week, and we don't have any books anymore. So it is sad, of course. I give my 6 months, and of course I would like to the book always available to the musicians, the guitarists of the world. But I don't know. Now it becomes a collector's item immediately.
Yes, of course. I think.
Yeah, and the Microtonal Guitar Method, we can, if you want, I can say a few words.
I'd love to hear about that. Yes.
Because I gave 2 years writing 350-page Microtonal Guitar Method in 2 languages, Turkish and English, and it's based on Turkish music makams. So anyone gets the book. Now we have the ebook, so it's very easy to get the book, and so it's based on Turkish makam music, the basic 3 makams, and many more than 20 repertoire pieces. And I compose 15 etudes in makams and many exercises. So yeah, I think it's a good way to start dealing with a microtonal guitar. If you feel lost, but if you want to start learning Turkish music or any microtonal music, if you get the method and if you work on it like a few months, I think it's a good introduction to microtonal guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, I think you make it look so easy because you make music all the time, and then, you've got these projects that you spend really huge, significant chunks of time working on as well. I don't know, it seems to stand in contrast to King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Not that they don't take a lot of time to work on things, but they're so prolific, like they release so many albums. It seems almost inevitable that they'll use the microtonal guitar in an album that might be coming out soon. Who knows?
Yes, now when we talk about flying microtonal banana, we talk about how many scales? 4 scales. Now I have a new video about this, but I can talk about it first time here.
Oh yes.
So there are 4 microtonal scales that's used by the 9 pieces, 9 tracks. 8 of the pieces are based on Husayni makam.
Yeah.
F sharp, in F sharp, in B, and 1 in G. One of the songs, Open Water, is a new microtonal scale. It's like I call that like something like microtonal Phrygian, but another name could be given to that. So it's a Phrygian with 2 microtones that we don't have in the traditional Turkish makam music. So it's an invented, I think, contemporary Phrygian. So it's interesting.
This kind of scale reminds me of something that I was talking about with Dave Fusinski in the last episode. He invented his own version of Husayni Fusini.
Yes, exactly.
And so it's like people are coming up with these new ideas all the time with almost, just engaging with it for the first time. You come up with something new. There's so many things you can do.
Yeah. Maybe in the future I will also analyze or maybe even arrange and transcribe the other albums, KG and LW. But then I hope the new microtonal tracks could be anything crazy with the new with our adjustable microtonal guitar.
Yeah, from hearing King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard music, my understanding is that a lot of the scale comes from like if you have a 7-note scale, F sharp, G half sharp, A, B, C sharp, D half sharp, E, yeah. F sharp, kind of like
this
that.
Yeah, exactly. This is Husayni. This is the main makam of Anatolian Turkish folk music. So
okay.
we have thousands of music based on this scale. So that was also a very boost of the Anatolian rock genre in 1960s and 70s in Turkey. That's why in the prologue, in the foreword I wrote to the book of King Gizzard, I categorized the album under Australian, Anatolian, microtonal rock genre.
A hybrid.
So it's Anatolian rock, but also made by an Australian band. So Australian, Anatolian, and it's microtonal rock genre could be a good categorization for the album.
Yes. Did we talk about Sleep Drifter and Kara Toprak already? How similar the melodies are on the last one?
Yeah, I think so. It wasn't. It was a clear inspiration, but it's very normal. Because Stu likes these tunes. He's a fan of Erkin Koray, who is the leading figure of Anatolian rock genre. So yeah,
cool.
Nice connection.
Yes. I've been listening to Altingun. They're very good.
Yeah, nice band.
Yeah. Good stuff. So, I gather that you have another guitar competition coming up.
Yeah.
Would you care to explain how that works, the deadlines,
Sure,
that sort of thing?
ninth International Microtonal Guitar Competition. Deadline is end of May 2025. This time, I'm saying this first time for your podcast. The first prize is finally in an adjustable microtonal guitar fretboard.
Oh wow! What a great prize!
Electric, classic, acoustic, or ukulele, whatever you choose, or buzuki even. Now we have. I will share the photos. We just built up the world's first adjustable microtonal buzuki.
Wow!
Yes, we already done the ukulele. Now we finished buzuki. So a few instruments left. A banjo is left. I hope we will do it soon. Bağlama we haven't applied yet, and tambur we haven't applied, and mandolin we haven't applied yet. So a few instruments left. After that we managed to that. Anyway. So the first prize is adjustable fretboard. Second prize a fixed fretted microtonal King Gizzard that's sponsored by Sala Music. Yes, and now it's any composition and arrangement that includes a microtonal guitar is welcome. So now we have amazing winners. So
yes,
on my YouTube, please watch the playlist. Winners of the microtonal guitar competitions. More than 60 pieces are awarded.
Yes, absolutely. It's just a huge collection of amazing features. Now, when you say there's gotta be a microtonal guitar in the arrangements, I assume you're talking about the ones that you make that have the frets that are unequal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
But for the arrangement category, 1 year we have the Charles Ives arrangement gets the third prize. So it's Turkish music, makam music, but also it could be Indian music, arrangement of some standard repertoire in terms of this year we got the winner. I think the third prize was a jazz tune with the third tones they arranged. So very interesting stuff came up.
Yeah, that's wild. I'm just wondering if it's easier to modify instruments that aren't guitar than to continue to hone the automatic microtonal guitar.
Automatic microtonal guitar, it's unfinished, one string prototype, no money, no sponsors. So now for us, we standardize the production of the fretboard and neck, so it's for us very easy to adjust ourselves to mandolin, banjo, 8-string guitars, 10-string guitars. We build custom size, so people are asking baritone, people are asking some crazy 5-string bass, 6-string bass, fretboards, necks. So now we are building all of them.
Yeah, it seems like the automatic microtonal guitar would have a lot more effort put into it, and if you could just rearrange the fretboard yourself, that might not take too much time unless you want to change really fast. What do you think would be the most amount of time it would take to change from one microtonal fretting to another on a standard microtonal guitar with the fretlets? Like maybe 10 minutes, or?
For me now it's getting very it's very fast.
Yes.
And with our new design, before this podcast, I was working on a new arrangement. So it's in Hüzzam makam. So it's interesting, this makam, because this power chord.
Yeah.
Let's say F sharp power chord. But now, it's G sharp with the capo, but let's say F sharp. And the tonic is 14 cents lower F sharp, C sharp, and F sharp. So in Hüzzam makam, the tonic is the just third of major third low. So for example, So this tonic is the just third of a major third law.
Yes.
So and the makam is the fourth degree is very movable.
I was noticing that you were sliding back and forth between a microtone. I don't think I've heard that before on a fretted instrument, that kind of thing. Is that common?
This
That's
is,
very common.
The most common thing we do in Turkish music. But for example, this movable fret also likes, for example, I will make the this adjacent semitones. I will make now look more narrower. So what I will do is, in a second, hang on. Okay, now check it out. And now it is more traditional, more characteristic because it sounds. So this is more common. When you do it to the semitone trill, it's not common. It should be lower than the semitone.
Right.
Anyway, now for me adjusting is very easy. Like someone asked me today, I sent an email, what is the average time for me to change into a well temperament, but baroque temperaments, irregular temperaments? I say around 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
I could switch to Werkmeister, Kirnberger, Young. So I get so fast. And for the makams, it's like a few minutes.
Right. Yeah. You were talking about this new wave of younger guitarists. How do you think their virtuosity has influenced your thinking? Do you think they've discovered a lot of new techniques, or are they mostly pioneering techniques that you are aware of already?
Yeah, now the world is crazy because the virtues, the level of the guitar, I think is living its peaks with this percussive finger style, tapping techniques, now the tunings, microtonal. Just imagine a guitarist, emerging guitarist. He or she can get a microtonal guitar, acoustic microtonal guitar, and try to do this finger style percussive stuff with the crazy microtonal tunings. So it's crazy, but it's the must is your technique should be high level. Then then we can talk about arrangements, compositions. Some of the guitarists I observe, before practicing so much, they try to create music, but then it's not idiomatic. I think
right.
Idiomatism is very important for any instrument you compose or you play.
Yes, 100%. And I think the guitar and the piano are really sensitive to idiomatic mistakes, I should say, where people don't know how to write for the instrument, and so you get something very tricky. I guess in other instruments, if you don't know about them as much, if you don't write something that's that great, the instrument can still work around it, but in guitar and piano, it's absolutely crucial, especially in guitar.
My new dream is now I completed a 1-year research in Cordoba, the conservatory in Andalusia. So it went really well. You can see my new videos about using Turkish music makams in flamenco. And now I'm going back to Istanbul next month for 2 years of teaching at the Istanbul Technical University. But after 2 years, if I find a sponsor, I would like to establish the world's first Microtonal Guitar Institute in Spain or in Portugal or in London, in Europe, and make it a center for the microtonal guitar, having research, completing the automatic microtonal guitar, having a research and study program in just intonation, Renaissance, Baroque tunings, early music tunings, in equal tempered microtonality, in makam. So make it the center. So
Wow.
just I want to announce that I'm looking for a sponsor, and I can give the name of the sponsor to the Microtonal Guitar Institute, like the Gottman musical instrument competition at Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Has this Margaret Gottman initials because it's who is the main sponsor. So I can give the name to the Microtonal Guitar Institute and fulfill this dream. We will see.
Yes. I hope you get the sponsors for that. It would be so cool to have a school dedicated almost entirely to that. I feel like it would be a lot of people would go there.
So you can come and give a talk about microtonality. So we can have guests like you, David Fujinski, King Gizzard, everyone around the world, the Turkish music masters, Arabic music masters, Mediterranean microtonality. Yeah, it would be crazy.
Yeah. Oh, there's so much going on. I'm actually thinking about interchangeable fretboards myself because I want to. You know how you talked about changing time not being very much if you're switching between the makams. If I had one acoustic or electric guitar and was able to just change the fretboard to an equal temperament, I know the design for that is hard, but other people have done it in the past. That's something I'm interested in because then I only have to carry one guitar and a little narrow bag of fretboards, and then I can play in any of the equal temperaments I want since I'm a dirty equal temperament person.
Yeah, we are working on it. Like also one of our dream is like having an interchangeable guitar. With one is our adjustable fretboard, the other one is fretless, and the other one is all the EDOs that you can use. So this is also one of our projects. We will see.
Absolutely. I see that in the Guitar Method book, you have John Schneider and Andrew York in there.
Andrew York, Dujan Bogdanovic, Stu McKenzie, some Turkish guitar masters. They write their opinions and very long forwards. So yeah, it's amazing.
I've got one last question for you, Tolgahan. How do you balance your time? It seems like just the amount of stuff you do. You must have the energy of 5 people, and you also have Atlas as well. What would you? I'm just curious. I know that's a big question. Like, how would you break down your time? Is it like 20% teaching, 30% awesome guitar projects, 10% social media, 50% house care? Like what's your deal there?
Very good question.
I'm just so curious.
You have to simplify your life. You have to stop the unnecessary projects or unnecessary things. So when you simplify and prioritize what you want, then it happens. So of course I have a job at the uni, so it covers a big deal. But apart from the job, I try to divide my time between my son, of course the family, but then just the microtonal guitar projects that I would like to do. So I am trying to avoid anything else. Like, I mean, there might be many unnecessary things coming up, but after now I'm 45 years old. After the age of 40, I learned to say no.
Yes.
So it is very important because before the age of 40, I couldn't say no. So I had many time-wasting projects that that stops me doing from whatever I want to do, from my priorities. So I simplify my life, and my priority is my job, university, my son, and the projects that I want to do. My concerts with my duo Sinan and Mehdi. So now I have 2 concert projects, and then my solo lecture recitals and my projects. That's it. I can earn good money by giving private lessons, but for example, this is a sacrifice.
Right.
I couldn't earn good money because teaching outside the uni can finish your projects. So you have to sacrifice also. Sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And it also takes effort to bring people in and stuff, and all that kind of thing. Even if you're Tolgahan Çoğulu. So
So yeah, life is very difficult for a musician, as we all know.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to balance.
Absolutely. That's so hard to do. I feel like I've been, over the last maybe 3 years, I've been saying no more than ever, and still there's just so much stuff to do. But I am in a better place now where, like, I don't feel completely inundated with things. But, you know, Now and Zen has kind of, it's taken a little bit of a backseat to some other stuff, but, you know, I still want to do it, because I think it's still important. But basically, I just do a Now and Zen episode whenever I feel like it, and it'll happen in little weird bursts where, like, every 3 months I do, like, 2 to 5 episodes, and then I just don't do it for a while, and then I just come back.
I always say that I hope you will continue this forever.
Yeah, I plan to.
Yeah, because this is the best microtonal music podcast in the universe. So I hope, you know, you will continue just for your, you know, for your pleasure. I mean,
yeah.
Maybe like yeah, maybe it's like your responsibility. Like, I mean,
yeah.
I feel microtonal guitar is in a way my responsibility now. Like,
right,
my
yeah.
life. So yeah, this is your thing, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's no, it's similar to my competition. Like, you know, the competition takes my time a lot. But I feel like it's my responsibility. I have to continue until I die. I feel like. I hope the podcast is like that.
That's exactly how I feel. You nailed it. You nailed it. Birds of a feather. Great. Well, thanks so much for coming on the show, Tolgahan.
Yeah, it's great to catch up, Steve. Yeah, we talk about the King Gizzard book, the Microtonal Guitar Method. The ebook is now ready. Anyone can get it. It's 20 euros and it's 350 pages. Institute, I'm looking for a sponsor. Then the competition, the deadline is May. And yeah, we haven't talked about my research in Cordoba, but you know, if you check out my videos in the last 1 year, you can see the results. Yeah, I have a video called 4 Ideas to Enrich Flamenco Guitar. So that wraps up the whole idea.
All right. Well, thanks so much, sir. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Steve.
Good luck with everything.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to this episode of Now and Zen. You're listening to Tolgahan Çoğulu play his original song Anatolian Moon on a microtonal classical guitar, an 8-string guitar, in fact, live in Lisbon. You can see the video if you are watching it on the YouTube channel, which has video as well as audio content, although it's often not that different. Big thanks to our Zen Harmonic patrons over on Patreon, as well as our Zen Harmonic Gods supporters: June Dai Bates Kobashigawa, Naren Rotan, Mike Battaglia, Adam Fries, Matthew Sheeran, Vincenzo Sicarella, Hector McGuffin, Christopher Bailey, Leland O. Weigel, Amy Coleman, Joel Weigel, and Tina Harmon Carteau. Catch you next time on Now and Zen.